Hi guys, Miss Hargraves here. So for grammar today, we are going to be talking about the three different types of sentences you guys can create. So there's a simple sentence, a compound sentence, and a complex sentence. So before we left off in March, we were talking a lot about simple sentences and compound sentences. And today we're also going to explore complex sentences. You guys have been writing in the range of simple and compound sentences, and I really want us to get us to move forward into making complex, longer, more descriptive sentences. Okay, so right here you guys can see, can you identify which one of these is a simple sentence, a compound sentence, or a complex sentence? And right next to it, you're just going to type in which one it is. So if this is a simple, just write underneath it or right next to it which one it is. Okay. And then we're also going to talk about subject and predicate. So a subject is or what or who the sentence is about. A predicate tells us what the subject is or does. Okay, so for example, I enjoy pizza with sausage and pepperoni. I is the subject, enjoy pizza with sausage and pepperoni is my predicate. All right, and then here's another example of a simple sentence. My mom and dad drive to the city together to work every day. So my mom and dad is the subject. That's what you're talking about. That's who you're talking about. And drive to the city together is what the subject is doing. Okay, so this is kind of in the range of what you guys have been writing. And for a clause, so a clause is a part of a sentence that contains a verb. There are two types of clauses, independent clauses and dependent clauses. So for example, when the cake is brown, take it out of the oven. When the cake is brown, that's a dependent clause. When the cake is brown, you're going to think, when the cake is brown, what? You can't, it's not a standalone sentence. But take it out of the oven is a standalone sentence. You can write that as a complete sentence because it has a subject and a predicate already in it. So an independent clause can be its own simple sentence, but a dependent clause cannot be its own simple sentence because it's not a complete thought. But it does contain a subject and a verb. So a compound sentence, a lot of you guys are doing really great compound sentences, and you guys are using and but and for and so, which is fantastic. So a compound sentence has at least two independent clauses. Remember, an independent clause is a standalone simple sentence, okay? So subject and predicate already in it. So the example of a compound sentence is, although I broke my arm, I still cheered for my team from the sidelines. So I broke my arm is its own thought. You can write that as its own simple sentence. And I still cheered for my team from the sidelines. Those are both its own sentence. But they combined it using something called a coordinating conjunction and a comma. So coordinating conjunction is for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. All right, so fanboys. So we've talked about this before in class. So using these, you guys can create a compound sentence, which is combining two complete sentences together. So for example, my family went to the beach yesterday, comma, and we had a great time. Those are both its own complete sentence, but they combined it to make it one long sentence. Okay? So a complex sentence, which is a little bit trickier, but I know you guys can do it. A complex sentence has an independent clause. Remember, independent clause is its own complete thought, and at least one dependent clause, which is not quite a complete sentence, but does have a subject and a verb in it. So example is, he went to the doctor because he was sick. So he went to the doctor is a complete sentence, but because he was sick is not. Okay, so it's highlighted here. So an independent clause right here is underlined, you guys can see. And in another example sentence is, when she was younger, she believed in fairy tales. When she was younger isn't a complete thought. You're gonna think, when she was younger, what? What else is there? There's more to add on to it. But she believed in fairy tales. If I took that, you would think, that's a complete sentence. So this is, when she was younger is the dependent clause, and because she believed in fairy tales is the independent clause. All right. So for today, now you guys are going to do it. So this is me posted in Google Classroom, and you guys, this whole thing, so you guys can reference it. So you guys are going to underline the subject and highlight the predicate. So we've talked about, so let's say a little yellow fish, let's say that's your subject. You would underline it, go right to this little U to underline, and swam by the ocean. Let's say that's your predicate. Go to the little highlight and click on highlight. Okay, and you can choose whatever color you guys want. Okay, so I'm gonna undo this. All right, and then you guys are also going to create 3 of your own simple subject and predicate sentences. 1, 2, 3. So write those in right in there. Okay. All right, and then you guys are going to do compound sentences. So you guys are going to combine the 2 sentences using a coordinating conjunction. Remember, coordinating fanboys. So and, but, so, for, all those with a comma to make 1 sentence. So the lady was late to work. Her boss was angry. So those are 2 complete sentences. Combine them with a coordinating conjunction, whichever one you think works best to combine with a comma. And then you're going to create your own 3 compound sentences. So right here, you're going to create 3 of your own compound sentences. And then you guys are going to work on complex sentences. So find and underline the independent clause. So in the morning, I went for a jog. Number 2, even though I'm tired, I will give it my best effort. And number 3, I washed the car after I came home. So you're just going to underline, let's say this is your independent clause. I'm not saying that it is or isn't, but just underline it right here, okay? And then create 3 of your own complex sentences. Remember, it should have an independent clause and a dependent clause, okay? Awesome. And then now, I think you guys should be able to get these a little bit easier. If you couldn't go and get them the first time, maybe this time around, you guys are, once again, going to write if it's a simple, compound, or complex sentence. So even though he's thoroughly trained, he still makes a lot of mistakes. Number 2, my canary sings beautifully. And number 3, Mary was out of milk, so she went to the store. So right next to it or underneath it, label which one is which. All right. Good luck, guys. This will be posted in Google Classroom, so you guys can complete this, okay? See you guys next time.